What's up, guys? This is Kay from Lunarlight Games, and thanks for dropping back in. Hello and welcome to our channel if you're new. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Help us keep growing our channel, please. Anyway, welcome back to another play session with us, this time with Final Fantasy X. Well, if you've stuck around this channel for the past several years, you'll have likely noticed that we played through this game before on a different mode, the Expert Sphere Grid mode. That playthrough we did like several years ago, and it was a very flawed one because, well, I had several audio issues, and so I was never able to correctly provide all the commentary that I wanted during that session, mostly because my mic went out halfway through, and it just did not work. So, once again, we're back here, and I haven't really decided on what kind of scope I want to do for this playthrough, but we'll try to get through the entire main game and then we'll decide whether we want to do all the optional stuff. Because I've gotten the platinum for this game before, and it's a lot of busy work towards a very late game. You could beat this game without needing to do any of the end game stuff, and you'll still have a great time either way. Hey, what's up, Seth? Yeah, I was just running through my library of games and figuring out what can we play just for fun for the next couple of months, because I want to have like a mix of like some old games and some newer games as well. And I figured since we haven't really been playing any RPGs for the channel, why not throw something that's easy to follow along with? And that brings me to this game. Otherwise, I probably would have just played the Pixel Remaster stuff, but that's very hard to follow along with for newer viewers anyway. But let me go ahead and make sure I have the saves that I want on here. This game does support cloud saves, so if you're playing this on the PlayStation 3 and want to migrate your saves over to the PS4, you could do that. Or even the PS Vita version. I don't think I need to transfer my saves. I still have like an extra save file from way back when with all of the Albed primers, so we can use those to decipher the Albed language. There is no New Game Plus with this game, so every single time you start a new game, you're starting fresh. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to treat this as if it were a completely fresh gameplay playthrough. And if you're not familiar at all with Final Fantasy X, welcome, and feel free to enjoy a brand new playthrough. Okay, so when starting this game for the first time, you can choose whether to use the standard sphere grid or the expert sphere grid. There is no downside to choosing the standard sphere grid. When the game first launched on PS2, this is what you ended up using anyway. And then there was an expanded version called the International version that was later released that allowed you to use the expert sphere grid. The expert sphere grid allows you to customize your characters earlier on, but in exchange for a higher customizability, you do lose out on the upgrade nodes. I think there's like 50 less upgrade nodes compared to the standard sphere grid. If you're trying to go for like a platinum playthrough, choose this one. It's way easier to upgrade and it's easier to customize. For this one, if you don't know what you're doing, you can soft lock yourself, and it's hard to get out of that. I've done both playthroughs on each one. Expert Sphere Grid is difficult up until, I want to say, about a third of the way through. After that, it gets progressively easier. Whereas on this one, if you want to grind, this is the way to go. So we're going to use the standard Sphere Grid. And yes, you can't switch your grids halfway through the game if you decide that you want an extra bit of challenge, or if you want to change up your character loadouts. So make sure you choose which one you want, because 20 hours in and you decide, this is way too hard, I want to go to the standard sphere grid. You cannot do that. You'll have to start fresh, replay the 20 hours, and redo everything. Also, you can choose to use the new arranged soundtrack, or if you prefer the PS2 version, you can use the original. There are pros and cons to each one. If you want to go and play through the game with the nostalgia goggles on, use this one. If not, and you want something new, go with arranged.
Listen to my story. This may be our last chance.
Okay, Final Fantasy X. This is probably the best iteration for a newbie Final Fantasy player. If you're looking for something that's right at the middle of the crossroads between modern and retro, probably start at this game. It's got the best of the retro turn-based battle mechanics, while at the same time having the best of modern-looking gaming graphics. As you can see, this game is about it's over 20 years old at this point, but this remaster is only about 10 years old, and still, it still holds up. And in order to move on here, we just need to speak to a couple of these fans.
Can I have your autograph?
Of course.
Okay, we can name our character here. You can call him whatever you want. His name is Titus, or depending on how you would like to pronounce it, it could be Titus. The, I guess, quote-unquote accepted pronunciation is Titus, but whatever. It's up to you, and it likely makes no difference because no one ever calls him Titus.
Good luck tonight!
Nothing to worry about. Oh, if I score a goal, I'll, do this. That will mean it was for you, okay? What seat?
Ace block in the front row! Fifth from the right!
Got it.
Yeah, I would agree with him, Seth, that this is probably one of the better Final Fantasy games to get into. It's very casual, but at the same time, there are a lot of mechanics that make it very complex. That is, if you take the time to get into it. Otherwise, you could probably just steamroll your way through about maybe 2/3 of the way, but then the last third you'd need some strategy involved with some of the mechanics.
Can you sign this?
No prob.
Please?
Alrighty.
Me too!
Take it easy.
Though, granted, this game has several cons to it, some of which I'll get into later, but for example, if you're used to just reading dialogue and exposition, you won't get that here, because this was the first Final Fantasy game to get voice acting, and I know a lot of people love it or hate it.
Well, gotta go. Cheer for me.
2, 3. Teach us how to blitz!
Hey, I got a game to play.
Then teach us after.
Maybe tonight, well...
You can't tonight.
I mean tomorrow.
Promise?
Promise.
I was in a coffee shop running away from home when I heard the news. Our hero, Jecht, gone, vanished into thin air. My dad must have been his biggest fan. I knew how sad he'd be. Heck, we all were that day. Zanar, I says to myself, what are you thinking? I went running straight back home. We sat up talking about Jecht all night. My dad and I never talked so much. Whoa, didn't mean to reminisce, folks. Anyway, 10 years later, the Jecht Memorial Cup tournament is today. The two teams that have won through to the finals are, of course, the Abes from A East and the Duggles from C South. I know there's a lot of people out there today to see the star of the Abes. In just 1 year, he's become the team's #1 player. He's Jecht's blood and the new hope of Blitzball. What kind of super play will he show us today? Will we see his father's legendary shot? I don't think I'm the only one excited here, folks.
Okay, that was not the voice of our main character. That was just a sports announcer. Never you mind him, though. I seem to remember one of these NPCs having some sort of potion, but I guess maybe not. I'm just double checking here. They might not have anything. Well, that's alright. Items don't really matter too much here yet. Yeah, we're just gonna move on. No one has anything. No nothing. Do. Yeah, let's move on.
Make way, make way! Coming through, sorry. Hey, I'm gonna be late.
Tita sure does have his
Hey,
fans.
let go of me.
Dude, get out of the way. Yeesh. He managed to survive that fall? Well, I mean, I guess if you can hold your breath for that long, 20-foot drop isn't gonna kill you, right?
Oren! What are you doing here?
I was waiting.
What are you talking about?
Okay, so that guy over there is not Cloud. Nor is he, Squall or anything. Instead, we'll find out his name soon enough.
It begins.
What?
Don't cry.
What the? Huh? Hey, wait! Hey, not this way.
Look. We called it sin.
Sin?
Take it. A gift from Jet.
My old man?
I hope you know how to use it. These ones don't matter. We cut through.
I always thought that was a cool detail. For someone who's never held a sword in his life, Tidus accurately struggles with holding it up. Unlike, say, Orin over there. Well, but then again, Orin's just dragging the blade on his back, so it kind of evens out. Okay. So, the combat system. This game is turn-based, but unlike, say, the previous Final Fantasy games from like 4 all the way up until 9, there is no ATB gauge. So you don't have to wait for this meaningless little bar to charge up for you to do anything. Instead, look over to your right. Notice this thing over here that I'm manipulating? This tells us the turn order. Since it's our turn, we can target either the monster in front of us, or, oddly enough, we can target ourselves, or even Orin. In order to cut through, we need to attack this monster, so let's do that. Perfect. Now it's Orin's turn. Notice, though, that the enemies are labeled and their turn orders are labeled as well. So if we attack Monster B, we can kill that one, but Monster C will get a turn. So you want to think strategically about what or which monster you want to attack and which one you can kill to potentially stuff their turn. So instead of hitting Monster B, we're going to attack Monster C. So with that one out of the way, the monster in front of us doesn't get a turn. The other one died. And suddenly it's our turn again. So let's target Monster B.
Don't bother going after all of them. Cut the ones that matter and run.
Yes, cut the ones that matter and run. We could have picked up an extra 2 potions if I had bothered to talk to some NPCs earlier, but that's fine. In order to get out of this situation, we have to cut through what's in front of us. Although there's an interesting thing. If you want to grind for a few things you can here, it's going to take a lot of time. And unless you're going for like a completionist playthrough, I wouldn't bother with it, but I mean, the option is there if you want to. So what do I mean by this? Cut down that enemy and cut down this enemy. And then as long as you keep the other enemy in front of you alive, you can go back and attack this one. And you can keep repeating that. None of the other enemies will attack you. This section is scripted. So if you keep doing this over and over again, eventually you will get some of the other upgrades for your character sooner, rather than having to play through the game normally. Now again, it's not necessary that you do this right now because those things don't really become obvious until later on, and the game doesn't explain very well how you're supposed to unlock them unless you're using a guide. So I mean, do that if you want to, but we're just going to go ahead and move on.
Some can't wait to die.
Overdrives. When a character's overdrive gauge beneath the HP MP displays full, that character may use a special unique attack once. Use the D-pad to use the overdrive. Overdrives are this game's version of limit breaks. Every character in this game has a unique limit break. Oren's, for example, is Bushido. And each and every single character has a unique way of unlocking the next command in the overdrive menu. We'll go into that later though. So we're going to use Dragon Fang to eliminate everyone. In order to complete this successfully, enter the fun prompt. If you fail it, the attack will still hit, but it won't do as much damage. Now we can use Titus's limit break. For Titus's limit break, or overdrive I should say, I recommend using it every single chance you get unless you're storing it for a boss battle. Why is that? Because if you want to unlock Titus's next overdrive, you have to use it consistently and it has to be completed successfully. What do I mean by that? Let's try. See that? You gotta hit the button when it reaches the center, and if you do it enough times, you will unlock the next overdrive. So I think it's like 20, 40, 60, 80 over the course of the entire game. Again, it takes a long time to get Titus's final overdrive, so make sure you keep doing this over and over again. Now, unlike some of the other Final Fantasy remasters, this game doesn't have any sort of battle booster, any level boosters, no money boosters even. It's simply just a graphical remaster. Albeit you do also get the audio upgrades as well. Don't worry about Demi because it can't kill us. I think it reduces our HP by like a set value. Again, these are all tutorial battles. We'll just keep going. Alright, after that battle is completed, let's move up. Over here is a save point. There are multiple levels to the save sphere. Eventually you'll be able to fast travel using it. But right now, the only thing we can use it for is to replenish our HP and MP and save. Dang. The last time I played this game was back in 2022. So around nearly 3 years ago. Well, 2 years ago, but we're going on year 3 now. Let's keep going.
What are you laughing at, old man? Lauren, let's get out of here.
We're expected.
Huh? Give me a break, man.
By old man, he means his father. Well, let's continue cutting our way through, starting with Monster B. Oh, pro tip. Whenever you see those wings starting to flicker, make sure you eliminate that enemy. That way they can't attack. I mean, that's not to say they can attack anyway, but it's better for us if we eliminate the flickery wings. Otherwise, they're going to use an attack that's more powerful than
This
usual.
could be bad. That! Knock it down!
What?
Trust me, you'll see.
See what? Well, let's do what he asked, but first, gotta get rid of this flickery wing enemy. And then we'll attack this thing. Let's see, is enemy C going to attack? Never mind. We'll wait until that enemy's turn in order to get rid of it. For example, with G, we can use Tidus to wipe it out before it has a chance to move. Now's our chance. I love this iteration of the Final Fantasy battle system, but sadly it was only ever used in this game. After 10, everything went real time. Alright, I think we've wasted enough time. Let's just destroy this thing and get the hell out of here.
Sure. This is it. This is your story. It all begins here. Hey! Hey!
My old man?
I've never really understood what the hell part of sin that was supposed to be. I guess the most accurate way to describe that thing is probably Hell's anus, or something like that. Or Sin's anus, I should say. It's definitely not his mouth.
I thought about a lot of things. Like where I was, what I got myself into. I started to feel lightheaded, and then sleepy. I think I had a dream of being alone. I wanted someone, anyone beside me, so I didn't have to feel alone anymore. Anybody there? Aaron! Hey!
So what else could go wrong? We are in some sort of desolate area. Hey, you know, this is pretty dark for a Final Fantasy game. Creepy castle way in the distance. Anyway, let's see. I think there are some collectibles that we can find around here. First, we're going to go over to the eastern edge. Oh, by the way, I am following a guide for this, just so we can get all of the collectibles, and there are a lot. But if that's something that doesn't concern you, you can play through this game without any sort of guide. Something's written here. It's in a script that we do not know. The only thing that we can read is that word, Makalania? Macarena?
What do we have here? Nope, can't read it.
Nope, no one can. That's alright. Let's get some money. And then we're gonna head all the way over to the western edge. By the way, the minimap tells us where to go. The red icon is where we should go. Yeah. Funny you should mention that about the remaster face. If you go back and check out the PS2 version, his face is slightly different. In my opinion, I think it looks a little bit better on the PS2 version, even if it's a little bit grainier. Introduction to the Albed Primer. Find Albed primers to help you decipher the strange Albed language. There are a total of like 24 collectibles in this game. If you want to decipher the entirety of the Albed language, you have to find all of the primers to decipher everything. You can, however, if you already have a save file with all of the primers loaded, you can then just bring that back and use it on a new game. Albeit, there's no New Game Plus. And seeing as how I already have a save file with all the Albed primers, let's do that. We're just going to load it. And if you do, all the Albed primers in the game will be collected. You won't see them on the field. Let's go ahead and load that up. Yeah, we're going to synthesize from other save data. Okay, I think that works. The entirety of the dictionary is now loaded. Let's compile the dictionary. I think that should give us everything. If you're interested in seeing if you have everything, I think there's like a total of 26 of them, I think. One for every letter. Perfect. Okay, with that out of the way, let's move on. Back over here. Grab the 2 extra potions. And I think we're done here, right? Do. Yeah, that's everything here. This game has a lot of random treasure strewn about, and I've noticed that not even the best guide in the world has everything compiled all in one place. Some of the better ones I've seen has the location of all the items, but they're missing like a lot of other detailed strategies that you can use. For example, like the overdrive stuff and the set mode. The one that I'm currently following that has all the items doesn't give you any tutorial about how to earn the other set modes in specific locations of the game that are more, how shall we say, accessible. For example, like earlier where we could farm all those kills. But more on that later. And seeing as how we don't have max HP, let's go ahead and make a save here. I recommend making extra save files. Don't save all in one place. There are a couple points in this game where it's easy to get soft lock because some of the boss battles are kind of tricky if you haven't grinded for a bit. And 2 of them in particular require some pretty dumb strategies in order to win. They're rather difficult even for your casual player. So we're going to take the off-beaten path, grab the high potion. Notice, however, that the map is pretty linear. It's closer to Final Fantasy 13 rather than it is to Final Fantasy 9 or even 8. Yeah, that thing is pretty good for Lulu. One thing I should probably mention about this game, certain battles take place underwater, and when you have underwater battles, there are only about 3 characters that you can use for them. Our main character is one of them. The other 2 will join our party later on, and if you ever happen to encounter underwater battles, make sure you build up those 3 characters because you can't use any of the others. Let's go ahead and hack our way through. There's always got to be a bigger fish. I forget if it's possible to die during this battle. Well, that isn't looking very good. Potions are a dime a dozen in this game. Don't be afraid to use them.
I had made it out of the frying pan and into the freezer. I thought I was gonna die in this place.
You should also be grateful that the fish was stuck on blow instead of suck. I swear, these PS2 games, they all seem so similar. I feel like I'm playing Resident Evil Code Veronica or even Devil May Cry. It's all eerily similar. Right down to the designs.
Need fire.
Okay. With that complete, also, by the
I
way,
need
do let me know.
food.
Do let me know if I go without any commentary for any
What do
extended
you
period of
want?
time.
It was a bad call. Your team lost because of you.
You came to say that?
It's been 10 years. I thought you'd be crying.
Who, me?
You cried.
Big baby.
Hey, wait! Don't go out on me! Nah, just hold on. I'll get more wood. Give me a break!
Oh, hey, look. It's Edward... whatever the hell this thing is. Scissor hands, scissor feet. Razorback, I don't know. Let's just get on with it. His sword is sharper than my sword. Also, do let me know if I ever happen to go without any commentary for any length of time. Sometimes I end up muting the mic and forget about it. I mean, I might. I think we're able to continue attacking until our health reaches around 100, at which point we gotta throw on potions.
You on my side? Cool!
Hey, who are these random people? Certain items like grenades have special effects when used. These items can only be used during battle by selecting the special ability used. Never mind that it only appears on this character, because eventually we'll be able to set it on everyone. And yeah, we only have 2 grenades, but 2 grenades is all we need. Well, that didn't do anything. And if we need more grenades, we can just steal it. Apparently the blade-handed monster has grenades. Oh, that isn't very good. You know, I think if we get our overdrive, I think I might be able to overkill it. So let me try and do that. Please attack this idiot over here. Meanwhile, I'm just gonna keep nabbing more grenades. Damn it. This ain't gonna work. I think it only has around like 1,000 HP. Not a whole lot. Yeah, it's not attacking our good friend Titus over here. Let's just bomb the hell out of it. Why throw one grenade when you can just throw like 5 of them all at once? Oh, what do you know? We got the overkill anyway. Awesome. This game has a lot of ass shots for no reason.
Phew. That was close. Hey, let me go!
Fredek Drak!
Fin, Irisa, Tekiaka!
Fuck, Edeku! Gamed?
Fed! Trivida Grisa!
Dralmia, Drakisha Dave.
Ifun Petted! Fapuneket Fedrik! Kuno.
Also, that girl's supposed to be 15. That's what makes it even stranger.
Kid, did Daija.
Hey, that hurts!
Musujek, right?
Whoa. Okay.
Canis!
Right, whatever.
Tui Hood Kabeg?
I said I don't understand.
Akomala!
Fed! He said you can stay if you make yourself useful.
You understand me? All right, I'll work.
It just occurred to me that these characters could have been placed into Borderlands and I wouldn't have batted an eye. Seriously, he looks like a psycho here. And this guy looks like he's pulled straight from the desert. Which is actually that kind of tracks because their homeworld is a desert. Too bad they're not crazy enough. Don't think there's anything else for us to do here.
Sujait! Kadufun et Setedamo!
If you didn't get the Albed primers, whatever he's yelling at you just sounds like nonsense. But since we have everything, we can actually tell what they're saying. For example, this dude will give us extra potions.
Oh, almost forgot.
A tutorial about the sphere grid. The sphere grid is used to develop your characters by activating nodes with spheres. Let's see how this is done. Alright, for those who are new to FF10, this is how we'll upgrade our character. Just select the sphere grid from the main menu. The cursor appears at the selected character's current position. Use the D-pad to move the cursor. Information on upgrades is displayed at the top of the screen. This location is for defensive upgrades. Notice how the icon is a shield. While this one lets you learn an ability. Ability spheres all have the same icon. These upgrade locations are called nodes. Characters are upgraded by activating these nodes. A character must move near a node in order to activate it. Yeah, we'll go through this step by step. Press X. The cursor returns to the character's position and a list of commands appear. Select Move in order to move. You can display the number of steps the character can move using this. Also, the steps correlate to your sphere grid level. Yeah, that's what I just said. It's equivalent to your sphere level. I think there's like a maximum of like 99 sphere levels you can bank at one time. Sphere levels are gained by getting ability points, which are obtained by participating in battles. Also, be careful about using your sphere levels because you can waste them. Characters must fight battles to gain AP and obtain sphere level, which are in turn used to move around the grid. In short, if characters do not participate in battles, they will not grow stronger. You get like a total of like 8 or 9 characters. Actually, no, not 8. I think it's, let's see, Tidus, Yuna, Riku. Yeah, it's around like 8. You can use all 8 characters in a single battle. Just switch them in and out. And if you do so, everyone gets ability points. So long as they do something. You're encouraged to use everyone in a single battle. Okay, in this case, Tidus has 4 sphere levels, so you can move up to 4 steps. In general, you should be careful not to move too fast, as you may forget to activate nodes you pass over. It's not really a problem in the standard sphere grid mode. It is, however, in expert sphere grid mode. So let's take this one step at a time and learn the ability Cheer. Note that you do not have to be at a node to activate it. You can do it from an adjacent node as well. By selecting destination, sphere levels are spent and the character will move. It's like Chinese checkers. When the character arrives at the designated spot, you'll be asked for final confirmation. If the destination is correct, select yes. At this point, you can finish the movement selection, and if you do that, it cannot be cancelled. So be careful about doing this. If you want to activate nodes you passed over, you have to spend more sphere levels to go back. When you're retracing your steps, you can move 4 steps back by spending 1 sphere level. However, going back every time is not very cost efficient. Always plan ahead to avoid wasting sphere levels. At the very end of the game, you can farm as much AP as you want. But in the beginning to mid-section of the game, you'll only want to spend as many sphere levels as you can get to the node. If you don't have to go all the way to the very end of a path, don't bother. It makes no difference. You'll just end up spending more time grinding out levels. Now, since the character is in position, let's activate a node. To activate nodes, you must use spheres. Spheres are items that can be attained by various means, but mainly by defeating enemies. Press X and now use. A list of spheres currently in stock will be displayed. Every sphere has a special function. For example, power spheres are used to activate strength, defense, and HP nodes. Ability spheres activate ability nodes. Nodes that can be activated are the node at the character's current position and nodes directly adjacent to it. This means nodes that are one step behind or ahead cannot, or can also be activated. I know it's a lot of words, but just know that if you want to activate the node next to you, you can do that. You can't just activate the node that's like one step over. In this example, the only node that can be activated is an ability node, so only ability spheres can be used. This version of the game is way easier than the PS2 original. In the PS2 original, getting specific spheres depended on enemy drops. In this game, you can get items that can change enemy drops, so even if you're running out of ability spheres, you don't have to worry. When you select a sphere, the nodes that can be activated by that sphere at that position are highlighted. Ability spheres have been selected here, so only the ability nodes will glow. By selecting the node you want, it will activate and the character will learn its ability. Note that one ability sphere was used during this process. Use the same procedure to improve the character's strength, magic, max, HP, MP, etc. Power spheres, magic spheres, and speed spheres are needed to improve each corresponding stat. Those are the main three alongside the ability spheres. Also, every node on the grid can be activated separately by each character. This means that a character can reactivate a node already used by another character by moving to it and using the corresponding sphere. Note that locks cannot be opened at present. Another tutorial will become available once you are able to unlock them. So disregard the level 1 locks, level 3 locks. We'll get to that later. Now that you know how to upgrade your characters, let's look at the other useful features of the sphere grid. The character's current status can be displayed by pressing triangle. Use this info to plan how you wish to upgrade your characters. Press L1 and R1 to switch between characters. This is useful when you wish to compare the character's stats or when you wish to quickly upgrade multiple characters. Press the touchpad to zoom in and out for a better view. And that's the tutorial. We can now improve Tidus on our own now. It's simple enough. Since we only have one sphere level, let's just move one node ahead. And we're going to use our ability sphere to upgrade or unlock Cheer. It's a decent ability that remains useful throughout the entire game. I recommend using it every once in a while if you're struggling. But notice how big the grid is. It's slightly smaller on expert sphere mode, or sphere grid mode I mean, by like 50 less spheres, but you're intentionally handicapping yourself at that point. Granted, you don't really need to upgrade and unlock everything here. You can beat the entire game just by upgrading your character's main path and leaving it at that. It's only when you want to go into the end game and defeat the optional super bosses that you need to unlock everything. Which I'll show you guys later how I did it previously. And I think it's also necessary if you're trying to go for the platinum. More on that later. Alright then, let's go.
We found some ancient ruins right beneath us. It's not active now, but there should still be some power left. We're gonna go down there and activate it. And then we should be able to salvage the big prize.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's get to work.
Roger.
Right here is a great place to grind for AP if you want. Seeing as how we can return to the ship whenever we want to. But if you just want to push forward, let's just keep going down. Also, there was an Albert primer back on the ship if you did not get all of them yet. It doesn't show up for me since we already have every single one. Okay, now we're free to tackle battles however way we want. Getting overkills is good. It increases the number of drops at the end of battle. Alright, what are we supposed to do down here? Well, just in case you need to heal up, there's that. Otherwise, activate this thing. I said activate it, not pound on it. Do. Now we just need to continue following what's-her-face. Nothing like swimming down in the ocean. This is a forced battle. It's really up to you whether you want to use grenades or not. It doesn't matter. You can always get more later if you really need them. Yeah, she's getting her a lot. No big deal. We'll just slice and dice our way through. And then let's go to the big X. Or is there nothing here? I mean, I'm trying to do something. I don't see what I'm supposed to be using. Oh, maybe it's this thing. Or not. Alright, before the next battle, I'm going to go ahead and quickly use a potion. And let's get the hell out of here. Remember how we have all of these grenades on hand? Let's use them. Also, now's a good time to use cheer. It's out of attack range. Now, what's unique to Final Fantasy X is that you can use trigger commands to do special things in certain battles. It's not for every single battle, but certain battles require you to manipulate your environment, and that's where trigger commands come in. For example, if we use this now... Where is it? Oh, I guess you can stand by. Instead of defending, which is probably the more useful option. Also, notice when you stand by, you recover health. It's not a whole lot. In fact, I could probably use a different command on Tidus. Doesn't matter. Let's smack him while he isn't looking. I'm just gonna waste all my grenades. This guy's really a pushover. So instead of using standby as the game tells you to, defend. Defend is a better option, I think. And let's smack him again. Eventually, once you lob enough grenades, he'll die. Cool. That's another sphere level for our character. Before moving on, I mean, you don't have to do this, but you can, however, use a power sphere to upgrade our mystery character here. Don't worry though, she'll prove to be more useful later on. Let's use our power sphere to upgrade the defense sphere there. And I don't think we need to save. Let's just get out of here. And yes, we can continue swimming down deeper and deeper. Where exactly are we going? No one truly knows.
A futra airship!
Trada lukt van een eker.
Hoof, roofdu, tungadib. Way, Wichita!
Hey! Hey, I helped out, didn't I? Huh. Hungry. Whoa! Right on.
Hey! It's because you eat too fast. Hey!
Hello there. What is your name?
Riku?
Whoa! You really do understand. Woo-hoo-hoo! Huh? Why didn't you say so earlier?
I didn't get a chance to. Everyone thought we were a fiend.
We?
Oh, we means you.
Who are you guys anyway?
We're Al Bhed. Can't you tell? Wait, you're not an Al Bhed hater, are you?
I don't even know what an Al Bhed is.
Where are you from?
Xanarkin. I'm a blitzball player. Star player of the Xanarkin Abes.
Did you hit your head or something?
You guys hit me?
Oh, right. Do you remember anything before that?
So I told her everything there was to tell about Xanarkin. About life there, Blitzball, and Sin's attack. And about how Aaron and I were engulfed in this light. I just said things as they came to mind. But then I started to wonder. Did I say something funny?
You were near Sin.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, you'll be better in no time. They say your head gets funny when Sin is near. Maybe you just had some kind of dream?
You mean I'm sick?
Because of Sin's toxin, yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, there is no Xanarkand anymore. Sin destroyed it 1,000 years ago. So no one plays blitzball there.
Huh? What do you mean, 1,000 years ago? But I saw Sin attack Xanarkin. You're saying that happened 1,000 years ago? No way!
Man, he's getting some pretty bad reality shocks. But there isn't much else we can do here, but continue speaking to What's-Her-Face Riku.
You said... you play blitzball?
Uh-huh.
You know, you should go to Luca. Someone might know who you are, or you might find someone you recognize.
Luca?
Ah.
Huh.
Okay, leave it to me. I'll get you to Luca. Promise. You'd rather stay here? Okay, I'll go tell the others. Wait here. Oh, and one thing. Don't tell anyone you're from Xanarkand, okay? Yevon says it's a holy place. You might upset someone.
Oh, uh-huh. My Xanarkand? Some kind of holy place? Yeah, right, I thought. Since when? Yevon? Sin? Luca? I thought Sin just took me to a faraway place, that I could go back in a day or two. But 1,000 years into the future? No way! Whoa, whoa!
Shin! Jinek Musa! Etonic! Etonic!
Whoa! Ah!
Game over again. Our main character is dead. Maybe this time he'll actually get to go to heaven. See, told you he drowned.
Riku! Blitzball!
Hey, you okay?
Hey!
Well, who is this weird and kooky character? Before going up to them, we can swim over to the right. There's an item here that you very much want to get. This is the Moon Crest. Don't worry so much about what it does, just make sure you pick it up. And then after that, we can go all the way over to the western side. I love how they're just patiently waiting for us. They're just gonna, stand around on the beach all day. That's just fine with us. Because we can grab the antidotes over here. And then after that, let's go talk to these new people.
Yo. Hiya.
You wanna try that move one more time.
Finally. Things were starting to look up.
You know, amateur. Who you play for?
The Xanarkin Abes.
What team you say again?
I meant... forget that. I got too, close to Sin, and my head's all foggy-like. So, I don't know where this place is. Or even where I came from.
Sin's toxin got to you. But you're still alive. Praise be to Yevon. All right, back to practice. I'm Waka, coach and captain of the Besaid Aurochs, brother. What, you hungry? Okay, back to the village. I'll get you something.
Didn't he just eat not that long ago? Don't follow him just yet. Instead, go ahead and speak to the teammates over here. Keepa over here will give you 200 gil if you speak to him twice. Okay, grab the money from him. Bada, I think over here will give you 2 potions. You just gotta keep talking to him. And then Jasu over here will give you another 3 potions. There we are. 3 potions. I think Dado over here will give you a high potion. Just keep speaking to him. Eventually he'll give it up. There we are. By the way, their dialogue doesn't really matter too much, unless you're interested in learning more about the in-game world. The more important characters that you come across are voiced. They have voice actors. These voiceless NPCs don't really do much other than provide commentary. Anyway, once you've gotten all those items, move on.
I felt like I could trust this Waka, so I just had to ask. It's true Xanarkin was destroyed, right? 1,000 years ago? So it's just a big pile of rubble now, isn't it?
Long time ago, there were a whole lot of cities in Spira. Big cities with machina, machines to run them. People played all day and let the machina do the work. And then, well, take a look. Sin came and destroyed the machina cities. And Xanarkand along with him. Yeah, that was about 1,000 years ago. Just like you said. If you ask me, Sin's our punishment for letting things get out of hand. What gets me, though, is we gotta suffer because of what some goofballs did way back when. Of course, we must always repent for our sins. That's important. It's just that it's hard to keep at it sometimes, you know?
It was just as Riku said. Waka and Riku couldn't both be lying. Why would they?
But you from the Xanarkand Abes, that was a good one, huh? Hey, I'm not saying that team never existed, yeah? But you gotta figure, a team living in luxury like that be pretty soft, eh?
I appreciated the fact that Waka was trying to cheer me up. But at that time, all I could think about was everything that happened to me. All this started with Sin. Maybe if I could find Sin one more time, I could go home. For now, I just live life until that time came. No more worrying about where or when I was. Sure, it was hard not to think of home, but I started to feel better already. A little better. Maybe.
Nah, bro's about to cry. Oh, boo-hoo, I can't get home. Never mind. Being homesick is no laughing matter. Anyway, we get another chance to save over here, and let's follow Waka.
Hey, it's this way.
Yeah, even though there is a path leading over to the west here, the game says we have to go right. No matter. Just keep following the path.
Huh?
Yeah.
What's the big idea?
Funny, I just realized that all the characters that we can use in the underwater battles are introduced to us right at the beginning. Riku and Waka, in addition to Tidus, are the only three characters that can battle underwater. So, regardless of whatever party members you get in the future, make sure you upgrade these three first. They take the main priority because we do have a few underwater battles coming up in the future that we want them to be strong for. Okay. Once you have control of Tidus, let's go ahead and swim down. Where the heck? There should be some treasure right around here. Oh, and yeah, random battles are in play. Waka comes equipped with his own set of unique attacks. Well, not really unique in the game per se, but at this stage in the game, they are kind of unique for his role. We have Dark Attack, which allows us to inflict darkness temporarily for 3 turns. It's not guaranteed though. But I don't think we need to make these enemies blind. These nasty piranha enemies may take a bite out of you, but as long as you're attacking them head on, they'll go down just like that. Also, we can upgrade Waka here. Well, not yet. We need more sphere levels. Let's see, along the western wall should be something. Something, anyway. I think we gotta swim southeast. This game has some crazy high encounter rates. When the PS4 version was first released, it came with a messed up and buggy RNG. I think it's been fixed, but this game can still give you some potential issues. There it is. Grab the Phoenix down. And I think Hang on. If you head over here somewhere, there's another treasure. Think of this as an opportunity to grind AP. I'm not trying to fight these enemies, but they're in the way, and there isn't anything we can do about the RNG. Where the heck is the thing over here? Never mind. Let's just follow the path. This game also allows you to perform preemptive strikes. More often than not, you want to have preemptive strikes. Taking out enemies is a lot better than getting hit. Alright, so we gotta swim down here, and I think if we swim over here. That tickles. And that's another battle down. But now we can upgrade Waka and Titus. There's no point in heading back this way. Instead, move forward. Even though the game does allow you to move back over here, you're just wasting a sphere level. Don't do that. And now that we're here, we can use a speed sphere to upgrade Waka's agility. Agility in this game counts for speed, and speed is how you will move. Well, technically it's your priority. So if you have more agility, you'll have more priorities, you'll get more turns, and you can attack more often. Always focus on getting more agility spheres if it's possible. Depending on the path that you're currently on, you may get more or less agility spheres. Waka's path focuses mainly on accuracy, though. Accuracy and power. Whereas with Titus, his focus is more on speed and power. Accuracy does count for a lot in this game. Certain enemy types have pretty high evasion levels, and if your accuracy is not high enough, you won't be able to pass a check, and therefore you won't be able to attack with physical attacks. Magical attacks will bypass the evasion stat, so don't worry about that if you're using a caster. Now over here should be something. What the heck? So there's nothing over there. I think it's just north of this area. Hang on. Oh, sweet. More overdrive time. I recommend using it whenever you have a chance. That way you don't have to worry about unlocking other overdrives later on in the game. Okay, maybe swim a little to the north over here. There it is. That should contain some antidotes. Stop biting, bro. They're nibbling us too much. Why won't they ever learn? I think this might be it. Please let it be it. Never mind, this is an antidote. Never mind. I am missing something. Instead of going that way, let me go ahead and head over here. There should be like a high potion somewhere around here. These enemies hit for so little, I'm gonna let them bite us. I think it's right around here. No, where the heck is it? There should be some sort of container here. I am not seeing it. If I can't find it, we'll just move on. It's not a big deal. At the very least, this gives us a chance to continue to kill more enemies. Gotta make sure we stay properly healed up. I think it should be somewhere around here. Now that's where we found the Phoenix Down. Alright, so we swim a little southeast. Come on, piranhas. Leave us alone. That's another sphere level for us. Now, if you truly don't want to deal with battles, we can use Flee to run away. Alright, so there it is. Grab the high potion. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. In case you want to do some farming, these piranhas will offer you a chance to get more ability spears. It's not the biggest deal in the world at this point, but it is an option. There's another level. Let's go over here and use the power sphere. Up to a certain point, you don't really have to over-level yourself. Most battles can be won on strategy. This game kind of rewards grinding, but not so much. Because eventually, you'll reach a point where the numbers scale up so high that it's not worth the effort. It becomes inefficient. So if you're fighting like 10 battles in a row just to reach one sphere level, you're good to go. You don't have to stick around and grind any longer. But if you are earning sphere levels for like every single battle, it's likely a sign that you need to perhaps slow down. Slow down, do some upgrading, and then move on.
Let me go!
Got a favor to ask you.
You want me on your team, right?
A major blitz tournament's coming up. All the teams in Spira will be there. It's so huge, I'm sure someone there will recognize you. Then you can go back to your old team, right? It'll be fun. What do you say, huh? Come on, come on!
Sure thing.
Dude, our team is gonna rock, eh?
I thought then that Blitzball and Sin were the only two things that Spira and Xanarkand had in common. I wasn't too far off either.
This is where I was born. I started Blitz when I was 5. I joined the Aurochs at 13, 10 years ago. 10 years, and we never won a game. Well, after last year's tournament, I quit. Time seemed right. So, after quitting, I got this new job, yeah? But every time my mind wandered, I thought about the game.
10 years without a single win will do that.
My first match last year was my big chance. But something else was on my mind. I couldn't focus.
Nice excuse.
Hey, hey!
So, you want to win the next tournament? Go out with a bang. So, what's our goal?
I don't care how we do. As long as we play our best. If we give it our all, I can walk away happy.
No. If I say, what's our goal? You say, victory! When you play in a blitzball tournament, you play to win.
Victory? You're serious?
Before we go down, can we go back up? I just want to check out this place over here.
It's an ancient custom. People leaving the island pray here for a safe trip. They say it works pretty good.
Yeah? Can we do it? Anyway, let's head down into the village. There's no point in sticking around up here. This place reminds me of Hawaii. Never been there. Saw a lot of photos from my uncle's trip, though.
Ah, the one from the sea.
Be on guard. There are fiends on the road today.
After surviving your run-in with Sin, 'twould be a shame if something happened now.
Who are they?
Luzu and Gata, Crusaders.
Huh? Crews of what?
What, you forgot that too? Hey, sorry. Don't worry about it. I'll help you out.
Cool. In return, come tournament time, I'll make sure we take the cup.
Cool. About the Crusaders, you can ask them yourself. They got a lodge in a village.
All right, let's head into the village now.
Be safe, village.
They got any food there?
We'll get you something over there later. Take a look around first. Let's see. The Crusaders' Lodge is over yonder. Luzu and Gata are usually there. All right. Over here.
Huh? What's up?
You do remember the prayer, right?
What prayer?
Of course I'd never prayed before in my life. Not that he would know that.
You must have forgot or something. Here, I'll show you. Go ahead, you try. Not bad. Okay, now, go present yourself to the temple summoner.
Any blitzball player would know that prayer. It was the blitzball sign for victory.
Kind of a weird sign for victory, if you ask me, but hey, that's just me. Let's see. Oh, hey. Grab this treasure chest for a Phoenix Down. If you feel like talking to people and getting a taste of the in-game lore, feel free to explore. I am going to move on. But over here, this is Waka's house.
Go present yourself to the temple summoner before we eat, yeah?
We can't do much here yet. Dinner time can wait. Instead, let's go find the village summoner. I think there's like a hotel somewhere around here. Oh, right, the local inn. You can also find a save point here. And I think there's supposed to be like an Albed primer somewhere inside here. But if not, you can just speak to these two guys.
Hey, you! You were attacked by Sin, right? Recently, was it?
I think so.
So, Sin can't be far, right? You're not hiding anything, are you?
Why would I?
If Sin's nearby, it'll attack the island for sure. But it hasn't. I wonder why.
I'm sorry. I really don't know anything. To tell the truth, I don't even know what the Crusaders are.
You're kidding, right?
Sin, the toxin. Gotta tell him who we are.
Yes, sir! The Crusaders are sworn to battle Sin. We have chapters throughout Spira, accepting all who wish to join our struggle. The hero Mihen formed the Crusaders 800 years ago as the Crimson Blades. Later, our ranks grew and we called ourselves the Crusaders. We've been fighting Sin ever since.
What? You've been fighting 800 years and you still haven't beat it?
Well, we've steered Sin away from towns many times. And that's all we can do. Nobody's ever been able to defeat it. Our mission as Crusaders is to protect the temples, towns, villages, and people of Spira.
So, then whose job is it to defeat Sin?
Is Sin's toxin really this bad, sir?
It does seem rather bad. We could just tell you, but I think it better for you to try and remember. Go pray at the temple. Perhaps Yevon will help you regain your memory.
No, it won't. Our friend here is forever doomed to live the life of someone that doesn't know anything. But never mind all that. Sin struck Besaid village so many times I lost count. After this house got hit, I guess the owner just let it be. Poor guy. Hurricanes will do that. Or in this case, Sin. But grab all the goodies. No sense in leaving them to sit here. And after you've done all that, I think we can move forward. Let's go into the building to the north. It's so peaceful here.
It was then, standing in that place. I began to realize how different this world was from my own.
I think there are side rooms that we can check out.
Ten years have passed since Lord Braska became High Summoner. And finally, we receive a statue for our temple.
Oh, what's a High Summoner? I got too close to Sin's, toxin. It was funny hearing myself make the same excuse over and over. Funny, and a little sad.
The Summoners are practitioners of a sacred art, sworn to protect the people of Yevon. Only a chosen few become Summoners, who call forth entities of great power, the Aeons. The Aeons hear our prayers and come down to us. They are the blessing of Yevon.
So what he meant was that we should respect some kind of great men, or something like that, I figured.
Say what you will about the main character and the main cast's voice acting, but I think some of the best voice acting in the game comes from the side characters. Anyway, this is a sacred place. And summoners in the world of FF10 hold some very significant purposes. As we shall soon find out. Pray hard and the toxin will surely release its grip on you. You mean to tell me that there's no medicine? Only sworn guardians may approach the Cloister of Trials. Ah. Well then. Since we can't do anything else, let's leave. And after leaving, let's go back to Waka's house. Maybe we can get our grub on, right? Let's go for it.
Sorry, man. No time for lunch yet. Take a nap. You look pushed.
Is it not finished cooking? Do. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a nap.
You could at least go see how they are doing.
We can't interfere. It's a rule.
But it's been nearly. But it's been nearly.
It's been nearly a day already.
Perhaps you could go look for us.
People are searching for him now.
Thank you.
Who cares whether he comes back or not?
But he might die.
Fine, let him.
Do you hate him so? But if he dies, you'll never be able to tell him how much you hate him.
Waka?
Oh no, Waka ate all the dinner. Dang him. Why did he not wake us up for dinner? Also, was the food still cooking earlier? If so, why did he leave the stove unattended? No matter. Let's go find out where he is. He's probably somewhere inside the cloister. Or the temple.
Is something wrong?
The summoner hasn't returned from the trial.
Eh?
Well, apprentice summoner, really.
Huh?
There's a room in there called the Cloister of Trials. Beyond is where the apprentice summoner prays. If the prayer is heard, the apprentice becomes a fully fledged summoner. Remember?
So someone is in there somewhere and they haven't come back out. Right, I got it.
A day's already gone by.
Is it particularly dangerous in there?
Sometimes, yes.
Why don't you go in and help?
There's already guardians in there. Besides, it's forbidden.
Hey, but what if something happens? What if the summoner dies?
Our precepts must be obeyed.
Like I care. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea after all.
The Cloister of Trials. Those who seek to learn of Yevon's secret arts are tested by the Cloister of Trials. Find the right way and you'll be taken to the Chamber of the Faith. Examine objects with X to open the way. If you're hoping for a series of battles, too bad. Instead, we get a series of puzzles. Each Cloister of Trials is unique. The solutions, however, are fixed. But it does require some work. How do we move forward? Well, first off, a strange glyph glows. Well, if you touch it, another strange brand happens to be on this wall here. Touch the glyph. Apparently you have to touch everything in this world. That's going to open up a doorway. Go down the stairs, and over here, you must use a sphere to go any further. Glyph spheres open the way to the Chamber of the Faith. Destruction spheres open the way to hidden treasure. And it seems that Besaid spheres are also necessary. Well, right off the bat, we get a glyph sphere. You can only carry one sphere at a time. Never mind the fact that we have two hands. But yeah, because of this weird limitation, we can only carry one. The door seems to be locked by an unseen force. You see a sphere-shaped recess. Maybe we should stick the sphere in? Perfect. It opens up the door. Now, just because you can go in doesn't mean the sphere is done and over with. Instead, take the sphere again. You know what? Never mind. Let me just leave this here for now. Ignore everything else at the moment, and instead, look over here. We need to do something with that. And over here, we can touch some more symbols. That opens up a weird path to this strange looking sphere over here. It's a Besaid sphere. Let's grab this. Grab that, and take that. I think, not over here, but over here. That opens up the path to a new area, so we can move this pedestal set with a sphere to the correct place. However, if you move it improperly, you can reset everything by stepping on the shiny glyph. Alright, ignore that thing. Now, there's something else that we want to keep an eye out for. And it's not over there. That's not it. And instead, go over here. Grab that glyph sphere and take it over here. We'll just stick it in the socket. And that'll open a new little secret area. Take the destruction sphere and deposit the destruction sphere over here. After inserting it, it will destroy this wall over here, and we can grab that hidden item. This is something that you want to do here and now, especially in this version of the game. Do not wait until later, because there's going to be a super boss that will be blocking the entrance to this temple. And this is required to break a seal for later in the game. See how that just released something? That just broke the seal. You can obtain hidden items by using destruction spheres, of course, but it doesn't mention the fact that you can break some special seals required for a hidden summonable character in the game. So, make sure to do this before moving on. Otherwise, you will be shooting your foot. You will shoot yourself in the foot, and you will be unable to access that summon. And in addition to that, you can use the summon against that super boss later in the game. So do that now. Grab the item. And then once you're done with that, you can just push this thing into the recess over there.
Hey! What's gotten into you? Hey, it's okay. Only summoners, apprentice summoners, and their guardians can enter here. It's a tradition, very important.
So what about you?
Me? I'm a guardian.
A guardian? Whoa! Ah!
Summoners go on a pilgrimage to pray at every temple in Spira. Guardians protect them. The Guardian's in there now. One of them's got a sure fuse, and who knows what the other's thinking. Well, now that we come this far, might as well go all the way.
What are you doing here? Didn't think we'd be able to handle it?
No, it's just... See, I told you she gets mad easy.
Is the summoner all right?
Who are you?
I've done it. I have become a summoner.
Man, was I surprised. And here I was thinking summoners were all old geezers.
Apparently not. Then again, only this one's an old guy. What about the others? Old guy, old guy. Can't even see the face of this one. Oh well, let's move on. Nothing much for us to do, but just head out the way we came from. What's up, bud?
you see this?
I can't see anything.
Ready?
Okay.
I had never seen anything like it in my life. Sure, it was a little scary, but still, I could feel a strange kind of gentleness coming from it.
You can name this Aeon if you want to, but it comes with a default name already. Veil 4. They're kind of like Pokemon, so if you want to nickname them, have at it.
I remember, that night, we talked for the first time. I didn't know it then, but after that night, everything changed. For everyone. For me.
Let me introduce you to the team. This guy here wants into the tournament so bad, I let him on the team. His memory's a little fuzzy, so don't mind him if he says anything odd. Come on, say hi.
Hi guys. So what's our goal?
To do our best! Nope, we got a new goal now. Our new goal is victory! To win every match, defeat every opposing team, to bring the Crystal Cup back to our island. That's all we need to do to win. Easy, huh?
Victory! 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 Yeah!
We are surrounded by jocks everywhere.
You sure got the boys worked up, huh?
What happened to everyone else? We don't need to keep speaking to them. Instead, in order to move on with this section, we need to go ahead and approach the mystery lady.
You heathen!
Stay away from the summoner!
You're a bad man!
Lady Yuna, be careful.
But it was really my fault to begin with. I'm Yuna. Thank you so much for your help earlier.
Huh? I'm sorry about that. Wasn't I not supposed to? Guess I kinda overreacted.
Oh no, I was overconfident.
I saw that Aeon thing. That's amazing.
Really? Do you think I can become High Summoner?
Lady Yuna, come play with me some
So, tomorrow then.
Tomorrow?
We're going on the same boat, aren't we?
Oh, really?
We can talk more.
Huh.
You can tell me all about Xanarkand.
She's cute, yeah?
Oh yeah, by the way, this game features a hidden affection system. It only affects like one cutscene in the entire game. And, well, I mean, that's not entirely true. In addition to the cutscene, it also affects your limit break with Titus here. I think it only affects one, but even so, depending on who you want to be your main support during that cutscene, you'll want to choose, well, several different options. If you use a lot of items on Yuna or Riku on Lulu, you can affect the affection level in addition to these choices in the game. So if you want Yuna, try your best to stay friendly with her.
Don't get no ideas.
No promises there, big guy. Hey, but what if she, like, comes on to me?
That's not going to happen. If you get tired, let me know. I had a bed made for you.
Stay away from the summoner!
That crooked old lady won't let us get any closer. And there's not much else for us to do here unless you just want to chat with your friends. Otherwise...
Ready for bed?
Yeah, I'm about ready to.
Good. Sleep tight.
Oh, this is hilarious. We're in a dream sequence. And, well, the only way to get out of the dream sequence is to approach Yuna.
Where's that boat?
Everyone will find us if it doesn't come soon.
You really sure this is okay?
Would you take me to Xanarkand?
Hey! You said you'd go with me!
Oh, hey,
I thought Waka told you not to get any ideas.
He did?
Yeah, so you're coming with me.
Hey, stop dreaming! You with a woman? You can't even catch a ball! Oh, what's the matter? Gonna cry again? Cry, cry. That's the only thing you're good for.
I hate you.
Huh? What'd you say?
You have to speak loudly.
I hate you!
Huh?
That's the spirit.
You can do it!
I hate you!
He's dead, okay? Dead. He does look a lot like Chapu. I was surprised too, the first time I saw him. But no matter what he looks like, he isn't Chapu. You shouldn't have brought him here in the first place.
Yeah, but he needed our help.
Excuses again?
Yeah, but...
That's it. No more. Enough, Waka.
Scary. So, who's Chapu?
My little brother, Chapu. He looked like you.
He's dead?
He was with the Crusaders when they fought Sin last year. He didn't make it. I first heard on the day of the tournament.
Oh, so that's why.
I became a guardian to fight Sin, yeah?
Revenge, then?
That was the idea. I'm more worried about a stupid game now than avenging my brother. Well, after the next tournament, I'll be a guardian full-time. I know it kinda looks like I'm using you, but I'm not.
Don't worry. I mean, I owe you a lot. You really helped me out, you know? What I mean is... Thanks, Waka.
Stop. You're embarrassing me.
Yeah, Lulu and Edia look kind of similar. And even though they are mages, they're not really the same in terms of character. Lulu's not a villain here. She is actually our main mage caster.
Hey, sleepyhead. Something I want to give you.
Whoa! You're giving this to me?
Yeah, use it well.
That's the sword you gave Chapu.
Well, he never used it. Where's Yuna?
We're taking the same boat as Yuna, right? Why do we gotta wait here?
Yuna came to this village 10 years ago, when the last calm started.
The calm?
Since then, she's been like a little sister to me and Lulu. But she had the talent. She became an apprentice. Now, today, she leaves as a summoner.
This is our journey. We should leave together.
You really don't need all that luggage.
They're not really my things. They're gifts for the temples we're to visit.
This isn't a vacation, Yuna.
I guess you're right.
Okay, off we go.
I guess we're leaving for a trip with nothing but the clothes on our backs. And also the odd piece of equipment we get now and then. Equipment in this game is kind of weird. You don't really get very many boosts off of your items. At least not early on. Notice how there's like absolutely no difference between the longsword and the buckler. But the Brotherhood does give us 5% extra strength, which is good. And for the most part, the Brotherhood's like going to be the weapon to use for our main character. Anyway, make sure you pick up the Brotherhood, and before leaving, you'll want to head back to town, go back to the village, and go over here to the item shop. I mean, you can buy stuff here if you want to. You should also... I mean, you should already have plenty of potions if you spoke to that one guy on the ship. But if not, you can pick up Phoenix Downs. pick up some antidotes if you want. You know, a funny thing happened. My dog dug up something yesterday. I wonder what it was. I wonder indeed. Alright, now go outside, go over to the northeasternmost tent. And we're going to talk to the dog. He's got something in his mouth. And we have now obtained something mangled and slobbery. It's an overdrive upgrade for Veil 4. It's an energy blast. That's all that we really want to get. For example, now we have both overdrives for Veil 4. I think this is the only Aeon in the game that has two different overdrives. Anyway, once you've gotten that, you're free to move on. Maybe pick up some more potions if you want. And Phoenix Downs.
Here comes one now. Hey, why don't you try out that sword I gave you?
Alright, the battles for this section of the game is mostly a set of tutorials. It's supposed to teach you the differences between each of your characters. This isn't like any other ordinary Final Fantasy game where each character performs the same. In the early game, each character has a purpose. For example,
No problem.
Not too shabby. You kept up with him pretty well. Might make a good guardian someday. A flyer! My kind of customer.
Tidus is strong against beast units or beast enemies. But against flyers, he has less success. In that case, use Waka because he has higher accuracy. Now granted, this only applies if you're playing the standard sphere grid mode. If you're playing the expert sphere grid mode, you could change your characters and specialize them in many different ways. For example, if you have the standard sphere grid mode, Waka is powerful and accurate, but he's kind of slow. If you're playing on expert sphere grid mode, you could change Tidus and fit him into Waka's role. And then you could flip the roles where Waka becomes a caster. So he can specialize in magic, while Tidus is the one who takes out agile enemies that fly around. Now the hard part about playing expert sphere grid mode is that you could specialize your characters into one role. Like your entire team just specializes as casters. And while that might make the early game kind of easy in some aspects, towards the mid-game or so, you will start to fall off and enemies will hit you a lot harder. And that's where you'll find yourself struggling. So you kind of want to like throw your characters around different roles and balance each other out. Don't just make everyone casters or everyone white mages, because then you'll get nothing done.
That looks like trouble.
Ha! Watch this!
Yeah, watch this.
Told ya, only magic can beat that thing. If you can't beat them down, you gotta use magic of an element they don't like.
Magic? Element?
Let's have our black mage show you what I mean. Lou, you're up.
clueless, aren't you? Good thing I'm here.
Elements. Magic and fiends have properties called elements. There are 4 elements: fire, ice, lightning, and water. Fire and ice are opposed, as are lightning and water. If they don't oppose each other, then you're free to use them. It's neutral damage. So, lightning against fire and ice does regular damage. But if you use lightning against water, it doubles the damage, and I think lightning against lightning, only does a quarter damage or half damage.
Spells of ice work well against fire fiends, and ice fiends are weak against fire magic. You follow?
I get fire and ice, but what about lightning and water?
Lightning and water are opposed, just like fire and ice. This one here is a water fiend, which means...
It's not quite rock, paper, scissors because there's more than 3 elements. But you get the idea. Lightning or thunder beats water. And let me do one more battle before we move on. Never mind. I think this section is scripted.
Take your time.
Let's get going, man.
We're gonna wait.
Huh?
Are you ready?
What's going on?
Just taking one last look.
Chappu didn't pray that day. Said he'd miss his boat.
I mean, if you're not the religious type, don't bother. Doesn't make a difference either way.
That should do it.
Alright, we're just going to continue a little bit further on, and I think that might be the end of our session tonight. I gotta work at 5 a.m. That's fun. Alright, let's continue down the hill. Nothing like a stroll through paradise. Also, over here, I think we can check that. Something is written here. Kilika and Bikanel join as one. I don't know what that means. Oh no, it's a scary looking man lion or whatever. Let's hit him. You know, I thought for sure he was gonna beat us with his hands, but he's got a spear. Remember, lances win against swords. We can win, right?
That's enough.
What's with that guy?
Himari Ronso, of the Ronso tribe. He's learned the Fiend's way of fighting.
That's not what I meant.
He's another Yuna's guardians.
Huh?
Sometimes we don't understand him either. Kamari doesn't talk much anyway. But he has protected me since I was a child.
Boo. Alright then. After that battle, you'll get these things. Cool. Also... Oh, he didn't join the party yet. Let's continue along our merry way. Also, our health is restored. Cool. At least we didn't have to worry about that. Just a peaceful stroll alongside the cliff.
A flyer! That's your department, right?
True. But, why don't we let our summoner show us what she's made of?
Switching members during battle. You have access to all of your characters at any time in battle. Well, except for the underwater battles, at which point you have access to only 3 characters. But during regular land-based battles, you can switch your characters by using L1. Whoever's not in battle can be switched in, while the current party member can be switched out. Use it to your advantage if you are dying with a certain character. So we have Yuna on our backup, so let's switch her out. Or her in.
Your first real battle. Let's see some style.
Show us what your training has taught you, Yuna.
Okay.
Summoning Aeons. Use the summon command with Yuna to call an Aeon to aid her in battle. Only Yuna can summon Aeons. Use it when you need help against tough opponents. She's a Pokemon trainer. That's all it is. When Aeons take damage, their HP decreases. Should their HP reach 0, they will leave battle and become unavailable for a time. Aeons recover HP at save spheres. Just like any other character. So Veil 4, I choose you. We won't be getting Pikachu for some time. Alright, using Veil 4 is similar to any other character. You got some unique attacks as well as your standard attack, and you can use magic if it's available. Let's just go with the regular attack. Also, notice that some of our attacks can change things up. For example, if we use Sonic Wings, we can delay the enemy's turn. Can we delay it again? No. In which case, let's just use the attack. Sometimes you'll want to investigate whether this will give you an advantage or not. If it doesn't, then don't worry about it. But if it does, maybe take that option instead. Let's see, this Garuda has no weaknesses, but we can still use magic anyway. I mean, it's slightly more powerful. Just note that Aeons cannot use items mid-battle. If you run out of MP, you will lose the chance to use your magic spells. We can't delay its turn, so let's just do the standard attack. I'm going to try to get the overdrive on this enemy, so we're just going to delay its turn once again. There we go. Let's blast it out of the sky. Dang it. I was hoping for the overkill. Well, I guess we're not getting the overkill on that thing. Well, we did pick up some new items. We could do without sensor. And I think we have a bright ring. Dark Ward just improves our chances against being blinded. It doesn't outright make us immune, but it does lessen the chance of it hitting us. And then make sure Yuna has her Rod of Wisdom. It improves our magic by 8%, plus gives us Sensor. What does Sensor do? It allows us to see the enemy's HP levels, as well as its elemental weaknesses.
Another one of those. No problem. Leave this one to me, huh? Say goodnight, birdie.
Okay, Waka's uses. He has Dark Attack, which allows us to blind it. Remember, it's not permanent. It only lasts for 3 turns. Lulu is geared towards using magic. If you use her physical attack, this is how much damage it'll do. It's pitiful. Same thing goes for Yuna. They don't do much damage. Instead, focus on their strengths. So, there's no weaknesses. Might as well use fire or something. Yeah, let's use fire. And remember that everyone gets a chance to earn AP if they participate in battle, even if they defend using triangle. We don't need any healing, and we don't need to summon anything. Alright, as you can see, darkness has worn off. If we have a chance to use Waka again, we'll re-inflict darkness on this thing. Oh no, a splash of water. That definitely hurt, I guess. Dang it. Well, luckily for Lulu, she has pretty high evasion. She'll be able to avoid attacks, but she won't be able to tank very many hits. Keep that in mind with her. This game requires teamwork more so than any other Final Fantasy game we've played. More than 7, 8, or 9. Remember how easy things were in 8, where we could just rely on Squall to do all the tanking and hitting? Alright, now a battle where we don't have any special hints. Fast-moving fiends like this guy over here should be attacked with Tidus. This guy has high evasion, so stick with Waka, and of course, as you know, this enemy over here will only be weak against lightning, so use Lulu. Let's see, enemy number C, or letter C. Since we have Lulu still available, let's use her to attack. For now, I'm gonna swap in Yuna, defend, and then use lightning against this blob over here. Also, notice over here, that plus symbol under its chart. If you use water against it, it will heal this thing. Try to avoid that. But for the most part, in terms of weaknesses, this game is fairly intuitive. Aside from the fact that the flyer right there is somehow weak to fire. Okay. Lulu's sphere grid focuses mainly on magic. Don't worry about the path back up here. It doesn't matter. Instead, follow your way through the standard path here. We're going to unlock that node for more MP. Highly useful for Lulu and her arsenal. Tidus can still follow the regular path. I mean, really, there's only one way forward. And until we start getting key spheres, there isn't much else we can do. And then for Yuna, her path takes us through most of the standard white mage spells. Although these spells early on aren't that great. They nullify the elements, but I usually find them to be kinda okay. There are some limited use cases, but other than that, I avoid them. Yuna's already strong enough with her healing that you can just tank hits. But just follow the path and you'll come back to the starting area. And that's it, really. We can now make a save. And we can get on the boat. I guess I'll do that before signing off tonight. Oh, but if you want to, you could also run all the way back to the village and purchase some items. I mean, it's not really that worth it. But it's there. That option is there for you if you want to do some more grinding. Otherwise, not much else here. Well, let's talk to some people and get some items. This dude, for example. This guy's desperate. Oh, hey, you. The sea's crawling with fiends, so give this to Yuna. Sweet. Grab the ether. And then this lady over here will give us something else too. Just keep talking to her. Eventually she'll give us the Phoenix Downs. The priest over here will also give us a free ring. These are missable, but they're not terribly OP or anything. But this thing's pretty good. An extra 10% HP on Yuna is amazing, considering how low her defenses are. And after that, this shirtless dude, he's gonna give us some free money. And there's a little kid here. This little kid will give us a free remedy. And once we've gotten all that, we can board the ship.
Goodbye.
Who?
Is he not going to apologize for that? Our main character is a bit of a jerk and a pervert.
Oh, them's fascinating clothes you're wearing. Yeah! Filthy, filthy. These won't sell. Or me name's not Awaka. Don't look like you got much money, either. I've no business with you. Out of me way.
Who do you think you are?
Awaka the 23rd. Merchant extraordinaire.
Awaka the who?
Don't know me? Well, not many do. Not yet.
We're going to be seeing this guy a lot in the future.
But someday, the name of Walker will be spoken all over Spira. Say, lad, you wouldn't have a bit of gill to lend?
I mean... yeah, sure, why not? It reduces the amount that his prices will increase in the future. If you happen to have 10,000 gil lying around, you could also give him that much too, and he'll give you a 30% discount in the future. I wouldn't recommend giving him that much. Instead, the perfect amount, I guess, according to the guide that I'm going with, is about 1,001. Okay, let's give him 1,001 gil, seeing as how we don't have anything to buy at the moment anyway.
I guess it pays to ask, thank ye kindly, lad. Fine seed money for the Oaka merchant empire.
Let's see, what else can we do down here? There should be a chest right about here. Grab the remedy. And if you have need for potions, you can kick this thing for free potions. It'll only work up to a certain extent. Try not to break your toes, bro. Okay. It only works up until, like, 20, I think? Yeah. If you are below 20 potions, you can continuously kick it until you reach 20. Otherwise, that's about it. Alright, after having done that, let's go talk to Luzu and Gata over here.
I'm not at liberty to talk about our plan.
Restricted area. Our operation depends on this cargo.
Can I see it?
If people think you're with us, you'll be excommunicated too. Some things you're better off not knowing. Take it from me.
But I want to see what's behind the door.
Why don't you go topside? The fresh sea breeze might help restore your memory.
I'm not at liberty to talk about our plan.
Oh well. Never mind them. They're no fun. This is the power room.
What the heck is that?
What the heck is what?
What is this place?
The power room, like it says on the door.
Yeah, but why the big birds?
What's so strange about chocobo power?
Chocobos? Those are chocobos?
What? You've never seen a chocobo? What kind of backwater island did you come from, anyway?
Miracles and oddities were starting to become daily routine on this trip.
Yeah, apparently we have a ship that thrives on chocobo power.
La 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 la.
And an engineer that has terrible singing. Poor little guys. They're being forced to run to transport us.
Have you got some to lend?
No, bro.
It figures.
Beggars can be choosers. There's no ship. I mean, there's no shop on the ship. So we can't do anything with the extra potions. Unfortunately. Alright. I think that might be it for our session for now. Yeah. I'm gonna call it for this session. We will return to this sometime later this week. Hopefully. That is if I'm not playing any other game for the channel. So if you guys are currently watching this on YouTube, please like the video. If you have any comments or questions, please post them down below. Share the video, and also subscribe. If you want to check out the playthrough that we did for the expert sphere grid mode, check out the channel. It's still up if you guys want to watch that, but do be aware that I was playing that about 2 years ago, plus my mic had failed on me halfway through the playthrough, so there might be some audio issues here and there. I never bothered to fix it, and yeah. It's not my proudest playthrough, but it is still available if you guys want to check that out. For the most part, it's going to be nearly about the same, except for the leveling system. I don't think I got all the ultimate weapons either. But it is, for the most part, feature complete, aside from the super bosses. And we'll make a separate playthrough playlist for this as well. If you're over on Twitter, follow us at twitter.com/LunarlightGames. Over there you'll find deals, discounts, as well as news stories about the gaming world, as well as odd giveaway we run from time to time. Check out the pinned post for more information, or hit up our hashtag LunarlightVault. If you'd like to help support our channel financially, you can do so by dropping a donation over at paypal.me/LunarlightGames, or Ko-fi.com or Ko-fi.com/LunarlightGames. Links will be posted down below later, but if not, don't worry about it. Please continue watching our videos and subscribe. And also follow our backup channel at twitch.tv/LunarlightGames, and hit the notification bell across all of our platforms to get updates as soon as they're made available, or to catch whenever we go live. That is going to be all for this play session. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and it's a fantastic start to what I consider one of my top 5 Final Fantasy games. It's definitely baseline number 5. It's very easy to get into, and you don't have to worry about any of the old conventions of the more older Final Fantasy games. Seriously, the turn-based combat is easy enough for any person to jump into, so don't be afraid of trying this game. For now, take care, and we'll see you guys again next time. Have a great night, and if you're watching this later, have a great week, day, whenever. We'll see you guys again soon.